Have you ever wondered how you can upgrade yourself to operate at a high level? I've been looking on some peers that I work with and even how I did perform in the past, like how I would tackle my day, the things that I would do. Even my family, like comparing some of the patterns, like, hey, I believe that this we could do better here. Some areas that I'm doing well right now, like as a senior cloud engineer, other areas that I need to improve. And I realized that there are some patterns that I did implement over the last few years that really helped me, not only to succeed as a senior cloud engineer, but also to live a life that I feel it's better than in the past. And I would like to share with you 5 of these hints or techniques that you can deploy in your life. Advice number 1 that I learned and really implemented well in my life is to have a structure in my day. Since the morning when I wake up, I'm not really bumbling through like messages, looking emails or texts. I'm kind of following a routine that I defined for myself that works well in my life, even family, having one son. It's something that I managed to implement. And in the past, I would think, oh, this would be too hard. I can't do that. Like I'm busy. And I realized that was the way that I was approaching my day. So having more structure for me means during early in the morning, when I start my day, usually I do some type of exercise and also listening some good content, like usually topic related to cloud engineering or also personal development that can be an audiobook or podcast or the hints that I will share here later where you can get that type of information. So that really helps me to flow through the day prepared for things that can be outside of my control because let's be honest, like when we work in tech, systems can go down, crash, and you can be in the epicenter of resolving major issues. And it's so easy to be pulled in all these challenges, and sometimes you are in meetings, you are resolving problems, and suddenly you find yourself catching up in your project that you are managing or deploying that. I feel that if I didn't have that early routine where I kind of went through few steps in my day that they were under my control, it can be really feel kind of bad like during the day, like being exposed to all those challenges without having my own time and my personal time. And I work out well that with my partner, like so we can both have that type of quality time, like during early in the morning, and also having routine for the day, like usually what time I will get some food, like I will have lunch and also some snack, and I kind of structure my day to follow that approach. Sometimes there are meetings that are booked last minute and I need to recalibrate, but at least I enter the day with an intention. I believe that's the main goal. Like you have a main intention for the day, even though few challenges will come up, they will derail you, but some of those elements of your day you can control, and that's because you planned the structure for your day. The advice number 2 is be aware of your emotional management. Emotions are things that they appear, they get us maybe anxious, nervous, sad, and being aware of this emotional range that we are exposed and when that can happen, and even anticipating a little bit, like because sometimes when I look my calendar for the day, like meetings that are booked, like some of the situations I can anticipate, oh, that type of situation can really stress me out. So how I would deal with that, like I start asking some questions for myself, and that kind of gets me more prepared for that meeting or that specific event that will happen during the day. Being aware of these emotions that we carry through the day and also releasing them, I believe it's crucial for you to feel more kind of in flow when you're doing your work, because it's easy if you just get into a situation that it's hard, like maybe in a meeting that someone kind of told you something that maybe left you frustrated, like in your kind of replaying that in your mind, like you have that mental chatter, that can be really disempowering. And I feel that during the day that can really weight your on the way that you flow, like your performance. Because let's say if your day you are really busy, but you have 30 minutes that you can study a little bit more on your craft. Like we talk about a lot here about cloud engineering, and let's say you have 30 minutes that you could dig a little bit further, like maybe networking, security on a specific cloud provider. If you have all that mental chatter, it will be hard for you to be in that mental space, to be in that space that you can really lean into that and learn. So being aware of all these emotions during the day and also releasing all that tension like that can come up like with the challenge, like with the things that will appear during your day that can make you lighter, that can make it easier for you to flow during your day. Number 3, be very careful of your health. And I know that sometimes it's so easy for us to just get some McDonald's food, like some Coke. We should really be aware of our health on a sense of, are the nutrients food that I'm taking during the day, are they giving me energy or are they taking energy away from me? It was interesting because in 2021, I received a challenge to make the best year of my life, that the best health that I could get. So the challenge was kind of, let's make this year the year that you get in your best health, best shape. And I realized that once I did deploy that challenge, like things they got much better. Like I could feel more the day, I could flow more easily. For me to learn things and to master new technologies, it was much more easier. There was that shift that I could notice, like, all right, being in good health, like being aware since the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that made a huge difference, like having more clarity also even in our sleep, like that we should sleep properly, like majority of us, we should sleep at least 8 hours. So it sounds something that is okay as a technologist, few people they talk about that, but it's really crucial like for you to kind of upgrade your hardware and operate in a very high level and operate well in this world, in your role, and doing the things that you like to do. The advice number 4 is learn to have fun. When I got in my second contract here in Australia, the CTO that hired me, during my first day that he kind of gave me the initial instructions and told me to go over the day, he told me, oh, have fun. And at that time, I was in a mental space that I know like how to really have fun. Like I was kind of anxious, like bit nervous, like I'm doing a good job here, concerned about what other people are thinking about. It took me a while to digest that and learn like to be more playful during the day, to be serious like with the work, with my craft, but also trying to flow with more ease, like without like carrying like all that emotional weight. Like what if this doesn't work out well? What if that deployment fails? Like what if this technology is not the best approach to be deployed here? And being more free, like I believe that trying to think more on the outcome and okay, I will figure out a way, and if things they don't work out well, we will fix them. But let me have a little bit of fun here. Let me be light in the moment. That really helped me to kind of succeed in this career, but not only succeed, but also I feel that today I can see a more long-term approach for this career, like longevity in the thing that I'm doing right now. Because at some point in my career, and this was really in the initial days, like when I moved to Australia, I thought, oh, maybe working tech is not really a good thing. Like all these people telling about burnout, like working so many hours, they are tired. But in reality was really, I was not being systemic with my life, and I realized that we should be really systematic with the way that we operate, how we do things. It's not only deploying systems, it's being systematic with our life. And when I started doing that, things they improved, and having fun, like being more ease and flowing, like even during meetings, really helped me to move faster, and also see that I can be in the long term in this type of career. Number 5, compare what other people doing well in the industry are doing. And I usually like this word compare, usually 5 people in the industry to get a glance on them, like how they are looking. One of the books that I read in the past that shifted my perspective was a book called High Performance Habits. That was a study among what the most successful people are doing, but not only most successful people that they wreck relationships, they wreck their health, like people that are living a good life. Sometimes it's so easy to see in the internet, like some people claiming that they just work, and they are not concerned about other areas of their life. And at some point as well, we can see other books like, and by the way, I liked like some people that I know already saw that book called Atomic Habits that talk about tiny little moves that can shift, can make a difference in your life. But at some point, we need to elevate more this conversation, like and deploy habits that are more bold in our life and more courageous. And I believe that high performance habits, they give that perspective. And I will link here in the description a free audiobook like that was released by the author, so you can listen about those habits and how he thinks about that. And also a link for a membership website that I have been using since 2020, and I feel that it's kind of a Netflix of personal development on how you think on habits. You get perspective of life from different mentors, and I have been using this for almost 5 years now. For me, that made me a big difference in my life, how I approach my day, all these things that I learned, like on how to manage, like set boundaries, productivity. It kind of, a lot of things, they came from that platform. Like there were several courses, training, very well curated. So I will leave in the description here of this video the link. It's a referral link that you can get even a trial, I believe 7 days free trial to test out and see how things will go. But I really believe that it's more taking care of this personal development, upgrading how we operate to be able to succeed as technologists. Like, because if we are not expanding as a humans, the world is getting more fast, like technological advancements, they are just coming. The AI, it's here. Like now we need more to step into the leadership mode, because this I talk about a lot here about being a leader. And with all this technology and with all this change in the tech space, and I believe the world getting faster every time, it's essential that we really upgrade our operation, how we move in this world. These resources here that I'm sharing here in the video description can really serve you. If you enjoyed this video, and if you have a friend that can benefit of upgrading how they're operating their life, share with your friend and clicking the like button, subscribe in our channel as well, and keep watching following videos that we are going to release, that we will also talk about this era of our life, like how we evolve as a human beings, because sometimes we get so attached to the technology, to the tech skills, that we forget as well that we should be looking into us as humans, like who we are. And that's a really fundamental piece for you to keep growing your career and keep growing as a human being. Cheers.